Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, this game is absolutely outrageous in every single way possible. And so when the developers and publisher over at Sega reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to share this game early with all of you, I said, gosh darn heck yeah. Even better, while they're sponsoring this video, they verified that I'm allowed to say whatever I want to say, whether that's positive or negative. I can just put forward my honest thoughts, which to me is like 2 thumbs up. That's the best sign you could possibly get from a developer and publisher, is that they're like giving you a game early, being like, yeah, say whatever you think. We know you're gonna love it. Here you go. I think that's awesome, and I'm very excited to play this. In case you're not familiar, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is the latest entry in the Yakuza series, and it features an extremely expansive combat system, a gripping story, and an open world set in Honolulu City, Hawaii. Not to mention that the game has received a ton of 9 and 10 out of 10 scores from more journalists than you could shake a stick at, so honestly, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good time, and I'm here for it. So enough blabbering, let's just get into it and start playing, because I've been waiting a while. I've been very excited for this. Let's just see what we've got to see here. Let's get into it. I should say we're gonna edit out any potential story spoilers in case you wanna try the game yourself, so we're just gonna skip past that stuff and get right to the gameplay, at least for what you're gonna see in this video. You don't get the good stuff. The story you gotta wait for until you play it. Okay, and here we are actually in the game itself. Now, like I said, we just skipped past a good amount of narrative stuff just because I don't want to spoil that. Like, I can't stand it when I'm watching a YouTube video and stuff gets spoiled, so we're just not gonna do that for you today. Instead, we're just gonna start going through the core pieces of what makes the game tick. Now, if you're not familiar with Yakuza games, that's totally fine. This game has been designed so that you can jump in if you're not too familiar with the franchise. Though, if you are familiar with it, I'm sure you're gonna love lots of the little nods and perhaps returning characters and concepts and things that you can notice pretty much right once the story gets started. But again, no spoilers. The core gameplay loop is very similar to what you might recognize from other JRPGs, where you're living a life as this character. It's not totally isolated, and they don't pretend like you are not a person living in the real world. And so you actually go through the process of working, of, in this case, going and trying to grab some food before you head home and things like that, which is pretty cool.
You saw me, huh? Should have guessed.
This is a guy from the opening that didn't like how we talked to him.
Sorry about before. It's about money, right? I thought as much. You might be a savior. Saving people ain't free.
Oh, never accept money. Okay, and now we go into a combat tutorial to learn how to play. So the combat here is kind of a hybrid system where it shares elements with turn-based combat, but it also mixes in some other stuff with real-time combat systems. It's actually a really cool melding of 2 different archetypes of combat systems within video games, and I'm frankly a fan of it. It's actually super cool. It's just a mix-up of the 2 that works surprisingly well and is very, very fluid at the same time. In this case, we can use a special skill. We're gonna use Tenacious Fist, which is usable on one enemy, knockback, chance to stun. We're gonna select this guy to go at, and then he's gonna perform the action, Vavoom, when we take him out. Press B the moment you're attacked to perform a perfect guard. Okay, so as you can see, there's elements of like real-time combat as well. If I were paying more attention, I would have landed those. There's the perfect guard. I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. There we go. Ba-ba-boom. Love it. Get our payouts. Level up, little grin, love it. And we're on our way. And so it begins. Dude, that would hurt so bad. I've tripped and like bumped my elbow into a metal fence. Landing with your head against it would just be a nightmare. He just leaps into the... Well, that's one way of doing it. Or is that supposed to be wood? It kind of looks like metal. Maybe it's wood.
Good luck washing out this stank. Shoot, where's that other bill?
Oh, he's going for the money. I see. I see.
What the hell's he doing?
See, Yakuza games are just outrageous. He's got crap all over.
Yo, take a look. Your money's safe and sound.
He's got like gum in his hair. No, it's not gum. That's not gum. I just saw the little ring. That is not gum. It's just so stupid and outrageous and funny. I just love it. Like, it's maybe the word to use is irreverent. It's irreverent.
Right?
And now we get the opening credits. And you see Young, yeah? That's right. He's in this game. Sure is. Young out. Oh, look at me. Can we also appreciate groovy title sequences? When's like, what was the last game you played that had a groovy, really high production value opening credit sequence like this? It seems like games basically don't do that anymore. They put like a little bit of text on screen, maybe as you go through the first hour of the game, but that's it. These types of like carefully crafted cinematic and narrative title sequences really are not a thing anymore. They're really just not. Instead, you get the lazy stuff. This is like a title sequence that also continues to tell the story in an artistic way. And I love it. It's so refreshing. Danny Trejo is in this too? I didn't know that. Dude, they are loaded up. They got the YouTubers and the Danny Trejos of the world. Man. Okay, and here we are in our apartment. Nice, looking sharp. Here's hoping Sasaki actually shows up today. Guess there's only one way to find out. Time to head to work. And just like you might expect in other JRPGs, you actually go through the motions of doing that very thing, which is pretty cool. Gotta pay my respects first. Let's do it. Very, very sweet. I'm taking off now, boss, young master. That will make sense if you're familiar with the franchise. But again, no spoilers. And here we go. Ooh, see, this is like a penthouse in New York City. I know we're not in New York City, but if we were, this would be a penthouse. I'll tell you what, you got like, ooh, the bathtub, you got your laundry machines there. Ooh, it's pre-filled and then it just drains onto the wood pallets. So you're just good to go. Then you have your little dining area here. This is great. Probably costs like $15,000 a month, right? And off we go. Now, as you can see, there's all sorts of like little shops and stuff as we run around. So there are some like places which are very thematically tied into what they do. I'm trying to be apropos here. But you know what I need to buy from here? I need to buy the jumbo sausage, and I have enough yen, so I'm gonna do that. It's actually a weapon, which I freaking love. It's literally a weapon that is a gigantic sausage. What else could you possibly need? They also have a massive massage machine. A health device upsized for more medically effective vibrations, weighty enough to work as a weapon. And it has an attack and weapon skill that can paralyze as well. That's super cool. And then there's all of these different things of underwear you can buy. This one for 29 million yen. Great Fortune Gold Undies. Gold Undies feature the image of a certain off-putting character. And they have like plus 99 defense, as you can see on the far right. Oh man, there's just so many little things in this that I adore. It's one of these games that you'll just be playing and then you'll see something like that and you just start laughing. It's crazy, but it happens. It's awesome. Okay, I bought the massager too. I talked myself into it. I'm not sure if I can actually equip it yet. Yeah, I don't think I can, but you know, all good things come in time. One of the great things about games that are designed in this sort of JRPG style is that they tend to allow you to get really, really immersed very easily because you're actually going through the day-to-day routine, at least in a sort of a gamified way, of a character, so you get to know them very, very well, as opposed to just going through the motions of like, oh, a combat encounter, and oh, now you go over here and there's a boss fight. Like, there's an actual process of living the life of the character, which I think helps you identify with them more and get to know the city itself a lot more. I personally really like it. Now, as you can see, also there's a whole personality system. So Kasuga's personality is represented by the following traits: passion, confidence, charisma, kindness, intellect, and style. Refining Kasuga's personality will earn him many perks, such as increased resistance to enemy skills and status ailments, as well as access to new facilities, which is pretty cool. What is this, an RPG where your decisions matter and can alter the state of the game? This is madness. Okay, time to head into work. Another day, another dollar. Let's do it, fam. Oh, back to the grind, back to the grind. Here we go. Don't mind me, everybody. Don't mind me. And now we fight the street thugs, as is tradition. Let's go. And ba-boom. Love it. That'll teach you to pick on a homeless man, sir. But okay, I want to show you some later game sections. So this is after maybe another 45 minutes to an hour. We have our classical look, as you might recognize from the promotional materials and things. And I won't spoil too much of the story that happens between where we just left off and this, but basically we're feeling wild. And now we have the ability to actually customize our party with the weapons that we purchased. So for example, I can use my massive massage machine as a weapon now. And I can also equip the jumbo sausage to my other friend here who can use that in combat. This gets pretty outrageous, and so just buckle up for it, because these are like the starting weapons. It gets even crazier as the game goes on. And now we can actually see that loadout of weapons, a meat stick and a gigantic massage tool, in addition to an old broom. See how those come into play. Let's try it. Ooh, yeah, that did some work. I'm loving it. I'm just gonna do basic attacks on him as well. Try to smack him around. Little parry action. Oh, screwed that up. And slick tongue. Makes callous remarks. Oh man, it's just so silly. Booyah! I've never seen someone beaten over the head with a gigantic massager, but you know, I believe that would hurt. I believe it. Now here's the thing. The main setting for this game is in Hawaii. So I want to show you what Hawaii is like in actual real-time gameplay. However, that takes a little bit of time to get to. In the title, they start you off, of course, in Japan, and then you eventually find yourself in Hawaii through various means and methods that I won't spoil. So I'm going to keep playing the game. I'm going to get to that point, and then we'll return in an hour or two's time, and I'll show you what's up in Hawaii. And off we go to the magical land of Hawaii. And so it begins. And so it begins. They've left the party because now I'm going off on my own, fam. Now, I'm not going to explain the story reasons why, because again, spoilers. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but it's because I care about your enjoyment of a story-heavy game. So I'm going to keep that quiet. But in this case, we've reached the point where we're flying to Hawaii, and we're going to see what it has to offer us. Oh, do you see it? Do you see? I've been to Hawaii once, and it was gorgeous. We went to Kauai, which is like a different island than we're going to here. It's much more like rugged and less developed. It's where they film like most of the Jurassic Park movies and stuff like that. But I do love me some Hawaii. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Everybody who's watching this video in Hawaii, comment down below, represent, because I'm actually very curious how many of you guys out there seeing this are actually in Hawaii. Aloha! Aloha indeed. And here we are, walking out, behold, the magical land. I remember when I went to Hawaii, it was like a 7.5, 8 hour flight. We got out like at maybe 6, 7 p.m. And I remember walking through the doors of the airport out into the open air of Hawaii. And it was just like the most humid and hot feeling out of nowhere. And I was coming from cold, bitter, dry Colorado. And so it was like, Whew, we are not in Kansas anymore. My goodness gracious. Okay, let's hop in the minivan taxi. Very, very accurate. And head off. And here we are. Ignore me pushing somebody in a wheelchair. That is for reasons that I'm not going to say. And we are actually inside of downtown Honolulu, I believe, at this point. Very, very different vibe, much more open. And I honestly, I really like to the Shaka, bro. That's very accurate. Everybody does it there. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, I lost my train of thought because that was awesome. Just an NPC casually going Shaka Bra to you as he walks by. That's amazing. But I actually really like that they started the game in a very different environment than this. Oh, he did it too. And I like that because it makes the difference and the shift in location all the more clear and drastic, because you were just in the very cramped city streets in Japan, and now you're shifting forward to a very different place, and the player character feels different, the player should feel different, the characters within the world feel very different, and I just think it works really, really well. Sometimes it can get messy with pacing because maybe the game starts narratively really, really slow, but I personally think it's worth it if you can make that change in location hit extra hard. It works really, really well. I mean, just the shift from the tight city streets to actually walking around the beach and seeing these huge environments available to you, it feels very freeing for the player character and also for the player. And I gotta say, graphically, the game also holds up and does the locations justice. I mean, this is actually pretty gorgeous. I'm a fan. I am a fan. So beyond what I've shown so far with like the basic combat and then the social mechanics of like going to stores and shops and stuff, there is a lot more to enjoy within Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Infinite Wealth features a bunch of minigames, including one called Crazy Delivery, which is inspired by the Sega classic game Crazy Taxi. And in this minigame, you basically ride around on your bike trying to earn money doing delivery runs. You can complete deliveries faster or do tricks while delivering these orders to get better tips and things like that. It's super fun and a great way to make some extra cash on the side while you work through the main story. There are also arcades within the world that you can explore and go to, and they feature entirely standalone games that are eerily reminiscent of games you might have played from other Sega titles in decades long past. There's also something called the Dondoku Island, and this is basically an entire game within a game. Basically, this is an island that's kind of turned into a gigantic landfill that you can start cleaning up, and you can craft and build an entire house and basically resort while you play through the game. Like it's like Animal Crossing inside of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth with all the other crazy stuff that it brings to the table. It's why I've said, like, just when you think you've seen everything that this game has to offer, there's even more, and it gets even crazier, and you're like, how on earth did they manage to put this together and get this in a single game? It honestly is like ridiculous how much stuff is in this game. And honestly, after recording this video, I'm happy to say that I cannot wait to continue playing this game. Sometimes I film an I tried video for a game that's like a kind of a question mark, or I'm not sure about, but you know, I'm down to try it and share it with my audience, whatever. But in this case, this is a game that I'm playing for this video that I'm definitely going to continue playing in my private time, off stream, off camera, just enjoying it for what it is. And you know, people ask me all the time, Luke, what games do you play when you're not filming videos or not making critiques or reviews and stuff? And usually there's like one game at a time that I'm playing that I don't make content on because I just am enjoying it and I want to keep it to myself and enjoy it and cherish it, you know? And I think this might just be it. I'm enjoying this enough that I kind of want it to myself and I want to enjoy it. So I probably am going to talk about it on stream plenty because I'm enjoying the heck out of this, but I think this might just be my new obsession for a little bit. It's about time something took Baldur's Gate 3's spot, and it's about time we give that game a little bit of a break. And this one seems like a very worthy successor to the masterpiece that was that game. So I am here for it, and I'm having a great time. Again, shout out to the devs and to Sega for sending this game over. I am just loving it so much, and I, at this point, can't recommend it enough. It's just raw fun. Like, it's just outrageous, wacky fun, and I'm loving it. With all that said, thank you for watching, everybody. I love you dearly. Check out the game in the links below in the description box or in the pinned comment. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.